Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory 1.0. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I am having a fantastic day. First thing I want to do is build the space elevator. This thing is large. Very, very, very large. In fact... And it does take a little while to actually be built, but it has a pretty cool animation, I gotta say. Now, this is not where our space elevator is going to be permanently. We will move it in the future, but for now, I just want to get it down on the ground. Because this is how we will unlock the next tier of technologies and progress further into the game. So, that is the plan. Yeah, good stuff. Space elevator. It needs 50 smart plating. Smart plating is kind of a pain to make, but it's not that bad.
The space
yes,
project
I know, Ada. I'm explaining this already. Long story short, she's saying we need to do advanced things, send parts up, and save the world, or something like that. But yeah, we need to make smart plating. Now, the problem with smart plating is that you can't craft it. Manually, anyway. Like, you can't go to a crafting bench and combine it. But it's not too hard to make. It's just rotors and reinforced iron plates. Well, we happen to be making both of those things. So... all we need is 50 of each, and I actually already had... oh, is that right? Was it a 1-to-1? I should double check that. Yeah, one rotor, one reinforced iron plate. That'll make one smart plating in an assembler. And since I already have 50 of each, we're just going to do this the sort of cop-out way. And... we're just going to do something really simple. So, I'm just going to grab an assembler. We'll throw that down right here. We're going to grab... actually, we might not even... we might just be able to power this thing and call it a day. Let me just run a power line to here. Smart plating. And I want... 50 iron plates, and then the rotors are going to be a little bit trickier. Beautiful. There we go. 50 of each. And now it makes 2 per minute. So to make 50 of them would take 25 minutes. That's obviously a little bit of time, but that's fine. We have other things we can kind of do in the meantime. So, I've been working on some other stuff as well. We've got our silica going over here. Also, I found a pure limestone node. This is going to be... okay, you know what? Space elevator, you're kind of in my way. And it looks like the animation is all finished, so that's good. But I found a pure limestone node, kind of off in this direction, where another resource that we're going to want is... I kind of found it on the way, and I was like, you know what? You can never have enough concrete. So we're now belting more concrete back to our base. That's a good thing, because the one we're using over here is actually kind of slow. It's only a normal node. And it's not particularly fast. It's enough to kind of keep up with what I've been doing so far, but that will change fairly soon. What we really need to find right now is sulfur, because I want to get to Caterium as fast as possible. There is a Caterium node right over there, near where I found the pure concrete. The problem is, it has a big, cracked, giant boulder on top of it, and in order to get rid of that boulder, I need explosions. I need to make bada booms, and to make bada booms, I need sulfur, so I can make explosions. So, that's the plan. There are 2... I mean, these are both pretty far away. But I think this is the one up here that we're going to go for because it's a pure node, whereas this one is a normal. So that's probably the way to go. Also, we already do have some, like, foundation belt chain things that are kind of going off in that general direction. So we probably wouldn't have to do quite as much building in order to get that sulfur back. But I don't need a ton of sulfur. I just need a little bit. Enough to make some things. And that's pretty much it. And also coal. We'll need to find some coal as well. But I know that there's coal out here in the desert somewhere too. I don't remember exactly where, but I'm sure I'll find it eventually. Aha! Speaking of coal, here it is. We found some. So this is great. This is exactly what we need, in fact. I don't need a lot of it. In fact, let's actually throw down a MAM real quick. I need 25 coal and 50 sulfur. That's not that bad. I'm actually just going to hand mine it. Okay, and there is the sulfur. So that'll work. It is a pure node, and it's actually not that annoying to get to, thankfully. I was worried it was going to be way up in the mountain, like way up on top of all this landscape stuff. But no, in fact, it is not way up in the terrain. It is just down here on the ground. So easy. That means this will be super quick. So I don't actually need the sulfur for anything for the most part. I just need to unlock stuff with it. So we're actually going to go into sulfur. We're going to unlock black powder, which is 25 coal and 50 sulfur to do. But the real thing that I want is the Nobelisk detonator, which unlocks Nobelisks. Oh, you need steel for this. Oh, rip. Okay, well, that puts a damper in my plan because we have not yet unlocked the ability to get steel. So, oh well. Oops. Okay. It's fine. We're just going to pick up the miner then. And I guess for now, how do I want to do this? I suppose, nah, you know what? We'll just leave it for now. We'll leave it for now. I can come back later. I know where it is now, and it's really not that difficult to find. So yeah, it'll be fine. While we are waiting on that assembler to finish making our smart plating, there is some other stuff we can do. Like unlocking more stuff in the MAM, new pocket dimension, so more inventory space. We can't get that because we don't have steel, can't get that one. This one we probably can't do yet. We might have enough rotors sitting over there, but that one's not really a priority for research anyway. Caterium, yeah, we're going to want that. But we don't have the Caterium right now. This one's probably pretty doable too. Fabric from the mycelia. Oh, and I actually found some bacon agaric, or however that's pronounced as well. So we can get that.
This mushroom is compatible with research.
Nothing super useful from that right at the moment. Quartz were pretty much good for now, and then we got the sulfur stuff. Okay, so that's pretty much everything we can research at the moment, except for some mycelia, and I might have, I was going to say, I think I have a little bit more just chilling in here. So let's actually do something with that. Actually, maybe I'll go get some more from the Oasis. Well, I actually ended up getting a phone call about 2 seconds after that last clip ended. But that means that our smart plating should be done. So we can now feed this thing into the space elevator. We can just shift click it in. Eventually, when we get to later tiers, we're going to want to pipe things in. Because it's not going to be asking for 50 of a resource. It's going to be asking for, 1,000 or the 1,500, or it'll be asking for vast quantities of resources, not just a little bit. But for now, we can just send this in, we load it, we seal it up, it gets all ready to go, and once it is secured,
we send it. Welcome to the
yeah.
Congratulations.
I know. Ada. I understand. We're gonna get new stuff. This is why I'm doing it, Ada. You don't need to tell me. I know. Oh, Ada. And then we send it. So this will launch up into the sky. It will deliver the appropriate resources, and now, most importantly, there we go. We have unlocked Tier 3 and Tier 4 technology, which is huge. So, there's some stuff here. We've got logistics, advanced steel production.
Phase 1 of project assembly completed. This is only the beginning
Ada,
of project assembly.
we just
the
talked
first
about
step
this.
towards saving the day. You have performed adequately so far.
Adequately?
Reminder,
I've
not
done this
only
all
is
in a
Fix-It
day.
saving
What are you
humanity,
talking about?
It is saving all of Earth, including kittens and puppies.
Oh, I do like puppies.
It is statistically likely that you appreciate the continued existence of kittens and/or puppies. Continue the work for their sake. Continue the work for Fix-It. It is time to start the work on Phase 2 of project assembly.
Okay, I will work for the puppies. Anyway, so we now have Tier 3 and Tier 4 technologies. Highlights here, Logistics Mark III. This is massive. Another upgrade for our conveyor belts. They can transport up to 270 resources per minute instead of the 120 that we have right now, so more than double. We get larger storage containers, and then all that kind of stuff. We get blueprints. This is moderately useful, mostly useful for sort of like decorative stuff. We'll get into that a bit later. But really, that's about it here for the Tier 4 stuff as far as the stuff that's like absolutely 100% critical. I mean, obviously, we're going to want to get all of it. But I'd say the priority here would be Logistics Mark III. But then in Tier 3, the earlier one, there's some huge stuff. Basic steel production. This lets us get steel beams and steel pipes, which are what we use to unlock this, as well as some other stuff. Coal power. This is massive. This means we don't have to babysit our power generation by feeding biomass and leaves and logs and stuff like that in. We can just set it up and leave it be. And also, each coal generator is worth 4 biomass generators. So, or biofuel burners or whatever they're called. Long story short, coal power is amazing. Here we go. What else is in Tier 3? Vehicle transport, kind of useful. Tractors and truck stations are useful for some stuff. Enhanced asset security is great. In fact, I think we can actually just unlock this like right now. So let's do that one first, because why not? Yeah, we have all this stuff like literally right now, I think. So we'll go Tier 3, Asset Security, select milestone. There we go. Throw in some reinforced plates. And then we need to come and get 3 stacks of copper wire. And then we also need... part of the problem with my factory is that it's incredibly disorganized right now. We will change that later. That is not a problem for right now. We need 600 of these. I'm going to grab another stack just so I have one on me, because the iron bars get used for a lot of stuff. But that should be all the things we need for this one. So we go boop, 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 and boop, boop, boop. And there we go. Enhanced asset security. So
Milestone
what
reached.
this
In the words of
means
the quote, it is
is we now have a little bit more inventory space, always useful. We have an extra hand slot, again, super useful, and we can make the Xeno Basher, which is an upgraded zappy tool. It's like a super taser. So to do that, we need to make another zapper, which is just the basic one. And then apparently I need to go get more of this. And then I think that was all I needed, right? That was the only thing I was missing? Oh, no. Basher, what am I missing? Oh, I gotta take this one out of my hand. There we go. So now we can make the Xeno Basher. And this is basically just like the normal, the small zappy, except it's a big zappy. And you swing it like a bat. Well, or like a club, I guess, instead. So it's just an upgrade there. It does a little bit more damage. It's fine. But the important thing from that first technology, the really good one, is the extra inventory space. We can use all of that we can get. So in a couple minutes, the pod will return, and we're going to go straight for coal power first, I think, because that will let us scan for coal, and we've already found it. And then we're going to do the steel as well right away, because, in fact, maybe it would make more sense to do steel first. I don't know that it necessarily matters what order we do it in, but basic steel production, frames, rotors, wire, concrete. Okay, that's all pretty straightforward. Well, the little drone thingy has returned, so it's time to turn in another one. And I'm just going to grab me some of these modular frames and some rotors. And there we go. There's not as many rotors as I thought. I thought we were making them a little faster than that. It's fine. Either way, let's swing back over here. And we can turn in basic steel production. So we need some of these, we need some of these, we need some concrete, and we need a couple stacks of copper wire. And there we go. Basic steel.
Milestone reached.
So not too
Coal
bad.
and iron.
We
Project
combine
delivering
coal
the fix-it.
and iron to make steel, which we use to make steel pipes, steel beams, all sorts of good stuff. I do, however, need a bunch of rotors to unlock the coal power, so since our actual production of them is not very fast, I might just manually craft a few. Anyway, I'm going to keep working on unlocking some of these various upgrades. Most of it's honestly just going to be grabbing it, yeah, we're already automating, most of this stuff. So anything we are making already, I'm just going to turn it in. Well, I've just been doing the research and all that kind of good stuff, and, yeah, we're doing good. We've got a couple of coal nodes over here. There's a pure iron node here. There's a couple of pure coal nodes up here. Okay. So yeah, we got some good stuff. One thing I had totally forgotten about, we actually do... Oops, wrong button. It's fine. We actually do already have some steel pipes, because we found them while we were exploring and found one of the crash sites that had the pods with the hard drive in it. It had steel beams, or steel pipes. So we actually can unlock the Nobelisk detonator, which is the booms, the explosions. So I want to do that right now. I want to do that before I do anything else, because I want to start getting stuff unlocked in the Awesome Shop, and I want to get access to smart splitters, which are really cool and let you set up overflow protection, and all sorts of... They're amazing. They're super, super useful. So I want to get my hands on those ASAP. But that means I gotta do a little bit of coal... Actually, what am I doing? You know what? I got a couple of these dudes. I'll just throw some portable miners down and let them do their thing. That's probably smarter. You can do the work for me. Good plan. But anyway, they'll mine some coal and stuff like that, and then I will craft up. We're actually pretty close. I need 50 black powder, I believe, which is not that bad. And I've got everything else. Yeah, it's just 50 black powder. So, I mean, we might already have enough just by picking up these miners. I bet I've got enough to make 50 black powder now. Oh yeah, easy. Cool. So I'll craft up some of this stuff, and then unlock the booms and go do some other things. Alright, well, I was able to make 10 Nobelisks. Unfortunately, the Nobelisk detonator requires 10 steel ingots. Or beams. Oh, that's bauxite. I don't want bauxite. I don't need this. Go away. It requires 10 steel beams. So I need that. I might be able to craft them manually, perhaps? Where's that pure iron node? It's due south of me. I was going to say, I know there's an iron node around here somewhere. Fairly close by. But I might just be able to craft them manually. 10 is not a lot. But I guess we'll see. And there we go. 10 steel beams, handcrafted with love. Alright. So equipment workbench. Now you need an object scanner. I already made one. Actually, I should make another one of these. Because that is something I do actually want anyway. But then we make the Nobelisk detonator. And this will allow me to make explosions. Now, unfortunately, I do only have one. But this will be super, super handy. Or I do only have 10 Nobelisks, I should say. At least until I set up steel production properly. But still, super useful. Now I can get rid of... boulders that are blocking things. For example, this boulder right here that is blocking this thing. I can throw the Novelist as like a little sticky C4 dynamite thing and make it go kaboom. Look at that. And that will allow me to collect this power slug. Now, I could break the other boulder, and I will in the future, but for now I'm going to save my Nobelisks for things I actually need because I don't have a very large supply of them. Here it is, though. There's the Caterium that I want. The whole reason that I wanted to get the Nobelisk detonators. We are going to throw a... where is it? Here we go. We're going to grab a conveyor pole. And just put that right here. No, I said we're going to put it right here. And then we're going to grab a tier 2 lift. Reverse. And just bring that down as far as we can. That way when we actually go down there, we can do a thing with it. So, down we go. And let's just grab our foundations. We'll just throw a ramp like this. Go back to our lift. Pull out the Nobelisk. Kaboom! Explosion. And then we'll grab a miner, and I guess it doesn't really matter. We can angle it a little bit. We'll put it right here. Oh, these actually need to be tier 2 belts. There we go. And there we go. Okay, now we need to hook up power. I'm hoping that I can connect power from up there to down here. It looks like I can. Fantastic. I was a little worried that it wasn't going to reach, but these things do generally have a pretty large range. I don't know if that's in the right spot or not, but it's fine. And then we're going to go up the long way. And there we go. Since the Caterium was right next to where we had already set up that pure limestone, it was super easy to just hook it up to the power system, run some belts back, and bring it to our base. So now we're good. I'm not sure. Caterium, let's see. Oh, we don't even have Caterium ingots yet. Okay. This is fine. Here's what we probably need to unlock them, which I'm assuming requires like 50 Caterium or something like that. So let's grab a little bit that we already have here. And then we can just do a belt run. Hi, I'm right here. We'll just run along the belt until we have 50 Caterium, like so. And now we should be able to turn that in at the MAM right over here to unlock ingots. And that way we can actually smelt them and do things with them. So there we go. So now we need 50 ingots, but since we already have a belt line right here, it should be pretty straightforward. Let's see, it is 45 per minute. That is a very annoying number. Fine. Okay, well, I guess we'll do 3 smelters. A 1, a 2, a 3. We'll grab ourselves a splitter. You're gonna be really extra annoying, aren't you? Okay, it's fine. Here's what we're gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to delete... No, I didn't want to delete... Yo. Did I just... I totally just deleted so many things that I didn't mean to. Oh, mistakes were made. Oh no. It's fine. This is a Mark 1 belt. Put you into there. We need a conveyor pole lined up with this right here. Go like that. And then what we need is a splitter to go right here and bring this belt down. And then we can switch to tier 1 belts for all of this. And that will actually run this into these 3. It won't produce a perfect 15 per minute because I only have 120 on the belt, and that's all I can mine right now, but it's fine. I do need power, though. Let's just run... This is turning in this whole area is just spaghetti, and it's driving me insane. But that's the welcome to early game Factorio before you have all the necessary, organizational tools and whatnot. That's how it usually goes. Either way, these will produce Caterium ingots for us, and then we can do stuff with them. And there we go, 50. Turn it. Oh, I actually don't have enough cables to make another MAM. I'll grab more cables. But I guess that means we'll use this one. It's fine. Caterium. Do this. Research. And that unlocks quickwire.
Research complete.
which is not something we need a huge amount of, but we will want some. So, what we will do, I think, is... I mean, I suppose I could just set up the whole little Caterium production thing, like, literally right here. There's enough space. It's going to be a little bit chaotic, but I think it's fine. Just go constructor. 1, 2, 3. Quickwire. Takes 12 ingots. And we are producing slightly more than that. I guess we'll just... Yeah, we'll just do this. So let's go... Logistics... Merger. I mean, you know what we could do? Is rather than merging them all nicely, it's not going to look as good. In fact, it's probably going to drive me slightly insane. But we can do this, and then these will all produce quickwire. I'm going to grab a storage container, and I guess we'll just plop it down right here. And we can merge all of this stuff together. 1, 2. And these are producing, what, 60 per minute? 60 per minute. So, so actually this belt is not going to be able to keep up until we get to steel. Because we need tier 4 belts. But that's okay, I think. You also need a thing. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And these are all going to make quickwire now, which will accumulate over here in this thing. And then we can use that to unlock more stuff in the MAM. That's how you ultimately get down here to wherever smart splitters are. But also, and this is something I haven't actually made yet, the awesome sink. This is used to get rid of resources that you have an abundance of and don't need more of. So let's we'll just put it down here for a moment, just for demonstration purposes. It does require power, but if you grab a container and a belt, in fact, let's actually go tier 4 belt, because why, or tier 2 belt, why not? If you have stuff in your inventory you don't need more of, like, I don't need this coal, I don't need this iron ore, I don't need these steel ingots anymore. You can put it in there, it will sink it, it'll send it into the awesome sink, and then you'll get points based on how valuable that resource is. So, like, iron ore, for example, not going to be nearly as valuable as, say, I don't know, rotors or whatever, right? The more complicated whatever you're putting in here is to make, the more points it'll be worth. Quickwire actually has a pretty high point value. So, yes, it's nice to have this quickwire, and we will need some of it, but in the early game you don't need that much. So what Caterium actually is really good for in the early game...
Near Caterium, many...
go away. I will end up researching these things later. But what Caterium is really good for in the early game, actually, is just something to use as an awesome sink resource. Just basically, it's a wonderful material to just dump stuff. So if we make an awesome... I don't know if it'll let me make an awesome sink right here, because it is relatively large. Yeah, it's getting in the way of the MAM. Although I could just move the MAM. The MAM can go, like, wherever. Like, we could just put an awesome sink, say, right here. And then next to it, we can put the awesome shop. Can I put it over on this side? Yeah, man, it's going to be like that, huh? Fine, you know what? We'll put it right here. That's okay. But once we have all the Caterium that we need for resources, or for research purposes, which isn't really that much, we can just kind of, if I can sort of thread the needle here with this belt. There we go. We can just feed a bunch of Caterium into this thing and let it go. And it will be great. So that's kind of my plan. I can AFK, essentially, which I will probably do tonight. That way we can build up a nice stockpile of rotors, and also we can build up a nice stockpile. Yeah, you can see we're getting quite a lot of coupons now. And these coupons are used in the awesome shop right here to buy useful things. Mostly cosmetic, but some of them a little bit functional and incredibly useful, like walls that you can run conveyor belts through, or ladders, or the signs. There's so many useful things in here that we're going to want. Conveyor lift floor hole. That's probably going to be the first one I buy, honestly. But yeah, we're going to want to unlock all of the awesome shop stuff, because when it comes to making a base that actually looks good, this is where you get the various building components to do it. Which is part of the reason that early game bases in Factorio usually look really bad. Or I keep saying Factorio. Satisfactory. That's what I meant to say. That's the game I'm playing. I need to go to bed. Guys, that is going to do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.